Hello, everybody. It's Friday, and that means you're tuned into another episode of the Sleeping Giants Gamecast. No nonsense. Let's get into it.
And boom. Oh, that is a baby. Hey everyone, you're listening to the TSG Gamecast. That's the Sleeping Giants Gamecast number 8. I'm TSG Big Time, and to my right we have.
I am Axel Haxon. It's good to be back. I missed last episode. You can call me Alex if you like, but I'm back.
It's good. It's good to have him back. I'm LU Radio DJ or Kyle, whichever you'd prefer.
Well, that was quick. What's up, everyone? I am Derek. Thanks for joining us, Bud Buds. Special mention this week goes to shitty drum roll.
Yourself.
Modern Warfare and how it's been uninstalled from our hard drive.
Did you do it? Okay, you did it.
I did
All
it.
right.
That was a joke. That was a joke. That's not where the special mention actually goes. I just wanted to give Modern Warfare its due for finally
That's the best special.
last nail in the coffin there with their
Yeah.
Dragon's Breath rounds. Anyways, the actual special mention just kind of goes out to all of us as a group this week, just because we have slowly been building and growing a community. We have had people start on one stream and then end up on two others, and then hopefully when Kyle starts streaming consistently, a third. And it's just been really cool to have repeat viewers, people that come back, drop in every so often.
Somebody else to steal all my followers. Thanks.
Yep.
Yeah. My
So,
apologies about that, guys.
It's pretty cool. It's been quite the experience, like I've said before too, versus what Mixer was like, right? So that's a special mention for this week. Kind of all of us for just the work that we've been putting in and growing a little, I guess, TSG community, right? So
May I please get a golf clap for everybody? Yes, quite.
Derek doesn't clap. He's not emotional. Okay.
That's true. I don't know if I've ever seen him.
I gave
clap.
you an
He might
emotionless.
slap. He might knee slap, but
No, I saw him do it. He was like,
stare of,
uh
yeah, that's what he was doing. That's what kids call it nowadays. I want to add to Derek. It's not a special mention yet, but Elusive Man is right on the cusp.
he is.
Right on the cusp
He's on the cusp.
of 50 followers. So he's almost there. So if you haven't followed him yet, follow him now. So
Almost.
by the time that this is done,
And my
the,
average
average
viewership is
followers.
at 2.4 right now.
Nice.
which is pretty
Getting
cool.
there.
Anyways, that's not a special mention. That'll be a special mention actually
when
happens.
he does it, yeah.
So, what is going on this week, gentlemen?
So I'll just launch right away. I played a few more new games. Some are new, some are not. But I'll just give a quick rundown. Not spend too much time on each of them. But I played 4 games that I wanted to mention to you guys. Bite the Bullet just came out yesterday. It is a side-scroller Metal Slug where you eat your enemies and you get like fat or strong based on what proteins they have and shit. It's really cracked out and weird. It's like $19. And it's like an acid trip visual. And as I told Derek, my guy got so fat that he couldn't even like jump properly anymore. So yeah, there's that game. That's really weird. Then I played I played We Happy Few because I saw the season
Really?
pass was on. Yeah, I saw the season pass was on the marketplace for sale because there's the Ultimate Game sale on Xbox right now. Sponsor me, Microsoft. That was me shooting a jump shot. And We Happy Few is actually good. Like what? It's actually good. Like the voiceovers and stuff. I'm actually like, interested in the game. The main character Arthur. Like obviously, I go through the whole. You guys remember the E3 Hullapalooza about that whole scene, right? Where they're with the pinata, but it's actually a rat, and they're eating a rat, and the guy
So
doesn't
good.
take his drugs, and yeah. So you go through that, of course. But then even after that, I really enjoyed myself. Like understanding, I guess, that it wasn't like this amazing life-changing game, but I really am enjoying the voiceovers, the idea behind it. It is the survival game, right? But for $8 for the season pass instead of 35, I just picked it up also after I had that session. And then quickly, last couple things. What else did I? I had two more things I wanted to mention.
2 other games?
Yeah, I had 2 others. What were they? Oh yeah, Darksiders Genesis dropped on Game Pass, and I played that. And that is the Darksiders like isometric Diablo-ish type thing. Really cool, actually, surprisingly cool. But I'm not like a Darksiders aficionado. All I know is playing through this made me want to play through the other ones. Like the humor's good, the gameplay is fun, it's neat. I think that was
Worth trying.
Oh, 100%. And apparently there's co-op, because what you do in single player is you switch between strife or war whenever you want to, because they're there together. But in co-op, you get to, obviously, one is strife and one is war, and you upgrade them and you cut things heads off and do all kinds of cool shit. And there's tons of shit to like collect and stuff. It's cool, man. I would check it out and consider playing co-op also. I forgot the last game, but that's fine. 3 games from me in a row is more than enough. So,
Bite the bullet. Would you recommend then? Yes.
it's really weird. So this, I'm not sure if I recommend it because the structure. The only problem I had with it, the gameplay was fun, but the structure was it's like Metroidvania map, and like I wasn't clear on when to end the mission because they had like, oh, eat 10 of these guys or something. I could never find one of them. So I just left back to my base and upgraded my guy and it considered it like mission complete, I guess. So like, I'm not sure if I would recommend it yet. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait and see. I'm gonna have to play it more. I'm gonna do a checking out stream and then see from there. Thanks for letting me take that floor.
I'm surprised that after the Microsoft Game Showcase, and how you have so many words about compulsion games, and We Happy Few, that you actually found some joy in that game.
Yeah, and no pun intended, because joy is the name of the drug. But yeah, no, that is really cool. Like, and it's on Game Pass. I'm like, wow, this is actually like the guy's well written. Like, the combat is fairly simplistic, but I really don't care. Like, you're sneaking around as survival, doing quests, stuff like that. I was like in cool like sewer places where there's like rundown shit and old radios playing. It was just cool, man. It was like some altered history where Germany bombed the hell out of Britain, and it's like post APOC kind of.
That's cool because when I played it, it was broken. I'd say that's my problem with it. It was good, but it was so broken. Yeah. Like there were so many glitches, so many bugs. I couldn't deal with that. It ruined it for me. Is what it was.
Yeah. So
yeah, early access was disappointing. I haven't really touched it since.
Well, maybe give it another look, but I can't say because this is my first look at it, so I can't really say whether it's different than your experience, unfortunately. But
I mean, at this point, though, since like the game even was on early access, and even since it launched, it's got to have been at least 2 or 3 years now.
Oh yeah,
it's been at least 3 years for sure. Two for sure.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah,
and maybe that does it favors, right?
I haven't played it myself, but I feel it looks like it has an art style that doesn't really matter.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we're in a time of generation where probably 20 years from now, other than VR headsets, controllers won't have changed much. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So it's not like, I don't think the actual controls and gameplay would obviously higher, better graphics and stuff and whatnot. Right. But I think it has like the cartoon style and the gameplay mechanics that probably doesn't like. I don't think it's anti-aging. Like you can still go back and play Halo. Like other than graphically, it might be a little bit of an eyesore. Same with playing BioShock feels a little clunky. Like if you played the collection, the BioShock collection, it doesn't feel as smooth as I remember it.
No,
but like it's a little bit clunky. But I think that might just be how the game always was, and I just didn't realize it at the time.
Yeah, true. But I do think like knowing the bad press that it got, I'm like, okay, expecting very little instead of expecting this life changer, and then time went on and nobody gives a shit anymore, and then it's good. It's almost like a No Man's Sky thing where it's like they put a ton of work in it and it's good, but the time of its zeitgeist was like well and truly gone. Like for We Happy Few, it was like it's a survival game, right? And nobody thought it was gonna be that. But like now it's like that time is kind of passé a bit, but whatever. It was cool.
But
go ahead.
I think it has a pretty cult following though.
Does it still? Okay.
Like, I think there's a lot of people who play it. I think so. Yeah. Like I say, a cult following.
It does, yeah.
Like it's not like Call of Duty. Like millions of players are playing it, but there's like I'm pretty sure there's always like a solid concurrent fan base to that game who play it still.
Yeah, maybe so.
Otherwise, they like Microsoft wouldn't have bought them, and you know what I mean. They just released an expansion recently, didn't they? Or did they announce one at the games thing too? Well, they wouldn't do that if nobody was playing the game.
Yeah, like I said, I bought the season pass for $8, and there's 3 chunks of content with that. So I don't know if there's more coming down the pipe, but I will also just say, because a lot of times the game is making me smile, because the first guy you play as is this kind of just this weenie guy, right? And they actually go out of their way to like make his weeniness like function. Like, for example, like he's so nondescript and uninteresting that you can hide in plain sight with him and other characters can't. But to do that, you just like sit there and like read a newspaper and like, nobody gives a shit because you guys are some random loser, basically. So that, like, they work the mechanics such that like your guy is like a non-violent ween, but it kind of works well, and he runs faster, but he hits weaker, stuff like that. So there's different characters. There's also sandbox mode now. There's a random world generator. I just did the story stuff, and that was pretty nice.
Sounds much better than it was originally.
Yeah,
I think it reviewed decently.
That does sound better.
Like, it wasn't great, but I could have sworn that it got like 6.5s or 7s when it launched.
Maybe so. But yeah, give it another look.
Obviously.
Go ahead.
Cool. I'll have to download it and give it a try at some point.
Give it another look. And again, you might just be like, this is the same shit I played. Like, I don't know. Oh, yeah.
I never played it, so for me, it's entirely new.
Oh, well, then it'll be like me, where it's like, oh, this is fucking cool. The idea is cool, and the execution's not even bad. Like, at all. But I do think a large part of it's the acting for me. But anyway, I've gone on too long. I just want to mention really quick, the other game I wanted to talk about was Soul Searching on the Switch. Soul Searching seems really weird. You're like a pixelated guy. You go on a raft, and you're just going out into a wide open, randomly generated like world of islands. And to the point where it's like I fell asleep on my raft, and it sped time up and showed me just like drifting through the ocean while asleep, and I crash landed on some weird island. It's like a top-down pixel game, and I'm just like, wow, shit. So when I fall asleep, it just speeds time up. Like, it doesn't black me out or anything. I just see my guy like sailing by like 50 islands. I'm like, no. Wake up, I'm like, what the hell is this island? So it's kind of neat, but I only played like 15, 20 minutes of it, as I do with Switch in general. So that's it for me.
So. Sounds like a hard pass. Would you say that Nintendo Switch and Soul Searching, would you be looking deep within their hearts as well?
I was fucking thinking the same thing.
You know what? I would say that the role you play is certainly a heart looker kind of role. And I'll let you draw your other conclusions. But it was like $10. It seems cool. But I'll know more later. Thanks, guys. That's it from me.
Thank you for sharing with the group. That'll be it for today, guys. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Alex.
The Axel Haxon podcast. Yeah, fuck.
Okay, well, I played My Friend Pedro this week.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. on my tryout Tuesdays.
Oh yeah, you have that new segment. Good.
Holy shit, was it fun?
Right? It is fun, right? That's what I thought.
It is ridiculous amounts of fun. The bullet time, the different weapons, the different levels, the humor itself is also amazing.
Right.
End up in the sewers, and it's like you're fighting a bunch of like LARPers and hardcore gamers. It's fucking hilarious. So good. So
I haven't played it in a long time since the first time that I tried it, but if I remember correctly, the controls were a little jank, eh? Like not jank, but like maybe like clunky. I think
they're not.
The thing that
they're not jank. They're when you're dealing with controller, I guess I would more personally say they're a little too complex for controller, in the sense that you're using Y to say kick a frying pan into the air and shoot the frying pan to ricochet bullets onto enemies, whilst you're trying to hit LB to dodge, and then use left trigger to lock onto one enemy, and then aim at another one with right stick.
Yeah.
To perform the double, like the split shots. all while trying to like dodge and roll with your it gets a little,
it's like twisted.
It gets a little overwhelming, like at certain times. Like you're trying to execute something, you know, that you want to say jump in the air, dodge, and then slow down time, but then you start taking shots and that all kind of goes out the window, because then you're trying to like, oh shit, a frying pan, or oh, I'm gonna shoot this gas can too, and then it just your plan goes out the window, and you end up kind of button mashing a bit, right? Like you slowly get used to it, but I think it's a little over the top. I think in terms of for console, they might have added there might be too many functions when it comes to actually fighting. But still, overall, really cool.
Isn't like X to kick people in the head and shit?
It's Y, right? So at the same time that you have things like you can like jump on a skateboard, and then as you're jumping off the skateboard and it's flying in the air, you can kick Y to kick it at an enemy's head. But at the same time, then you have to as you're pressing A to jump and Y to kick, you're also trying to aim the skateboard like its trajectory, and then again, like I said, if you start taking shots, then you got to dodge LB, or it just that aspect gets a bit irritating at times. Because it feels like you truly need to be holding your controller with your thumb and like your pinky and ring finger, and like grow another thumb to be able to push buttons at the same time. Like even with the Elite controller, like I was sitting there trying to figure out, like I might have to, like I was like, shit, I'm gonna have to remap like a specific profile to be able to play this game effectively, like the way that I truly want to play it, so that I stop getting, graded C each time.
Which is what I was getting, C, D, like just fumbling.
Yeah, I just constantly, like, I got 1A, and then the rest have been B's and C's, and like low B, like barely into a B. It's like, so it's kind of demoralizing in that sense, because you're like, well, I know mechanically what I have to do to be able to get, the A. Like I know I have to string together combos and move through the level quickly and blah blah blah, like you would in any other type of game like that. It's just it's limiting with what you're able to do on your controller.
Yeah, it's a good point. I hadn't thought of that actually, because I know it didn't really like redefine. Like when people saw it, they're like, "Holy shit!" I was one of them. I was like, "Holy shit!" This game's like, this is the one game I'm hyped about. But then when you actually play it, it's more like a score attack. But as Derek said, if it's a score attack but yet frustrating, then it kind of runs into some problems at times, with being something you want to redo. If it wasn't as frustrating, you'd probably be more than happy to redo. But I think that was one of the critiques of the reviews, was like the content becomes light because the game expects you to replay through it to get better like grades or something.
Yeah, I don't think I'll go that far. Like right now, like as far as like Tryout Tuesday went, like I've tried it. It's on my list. I've added it now into my list of, like, the way I do it now is when I get games, I download a crap ton of them, put them into my Tryout Tuesday section, and then once I've actually tried it out, I move it into my to beat section, right? Okay, so then for my Tryout Tuesday, I either say, okay, well, I'm trying out a new game, or I'm going to continue this game that I really enjoyed until I beat it.
Right.
That's what I did with Carrion. Okay. I don't think I'm going to do that with my friend Pedro. I think this coming Tuesday it'll be another game, but I do intend to beat it just because I did still very much enjoy at the very base, like I said, just entering bullet time, shooting a few guys, kicking a frying pan into a guy's head, and then shooting at it to ricochet bullets at other guys. Like that in itself is just it's cool. It feels good. Yeah.
Just a quick question. Were you doing that? Sorry, go ahead, Sean.
I was just gonna say I played like I think a half an hour of it. I think when it launched, I think after Alex was talking about it, when it launched on Game Pass or whatever, I played like I enjoyed what I played. I just remembered what I played. Like I said, I guess what you said, that you need to be like an acrobat to be able to use the controls properly. So I didn't give it enough time, but I definitely enjoyed what I played. But like I just didn't get back to it for whatever reason.
Yeah.
No, I gave it 2.5 hours. I gave it its fair shot. Like when I do my segment, it's generally it's a 3-hour segment. So I do either from 3 to 6, or if I start late from 4 to 7. But I make sure it's generally a 3-hour segment. I gave it its fair chance. It's going on my list of things to beat. but it's at the bottom of my things of my tryout Tuesday list of things to beat right now. Like I put After Party and Night Call back before it, just because.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just where it's where I honestly think it ranks in that sense, right? Like it's a 2 beat, but like you said to Alex, it gets to that point where you're like, you want to redo the level, but at the same time, like, I know I'm not going to do any better than a C or a B. So do I really want to waste my time taking my C and turning it into a like a low level B? Like you saw the bars, right? Like they're chunky.
Yeah, they are.
Like, and I get if I get a B, it's like a third of the way into B. So I'm like, well, do I really want to waste my time going back and getting, if I'm lucky, half of the B? Like,
right.
So no, my answer is no, definitely not redoing the levels, just gonna go through it.
And there was times where I thought I did good and I got like a freaking like D+. I was like, well, what the fuck? I'm trash? Holy
and that's it too. There are times where I'd get through a level, I'm like, okay, well, that should at least earn me a B. And I'm like, and they're like, you get 3/4 of a C. And I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
Like, there was that cool part where I fucking dodged, split shot a guy, kicked a skateboard into his head, blew up a gas canister.
Yeah.
Like, how do I only get a C?
Like, yeah, exactly.
Like, so yeah, it's honestly, it's a little demoralizing in that sense, but I mean, probably an easier game to play on keyboard, honestly. Like,
yeah, maybe.
Whatever. What can you do?
It's a PC Master Race game.
I wouldn't go that far, but
I definitely would not go that far.
No, I know. That's what I'm kidding with the control layout. I mean.
Oh no, because I could map a control profile on
your Elite controller,
to be able to do it. It's just, do I really want to waste an entire profile? Like I have one set up now for Siege, I have one set up for Hyperscape, and I have one set up for State of Decay / Left 4 Dead. Not Left 4 Dead, State of Decay / DVD. Like that's it. That's my profile. It's like I'm not getting rid of one of those to make room for a tryout Tuesday game.
I understand what you mean with the DVD and State of Decay one being the same, because it's like map those bumpers to the fucking back buttons.
To the paddles. Yeah, that's what I did. It's getting to the point with DVD. I feel like I'm gonna bust the fucking left bumper fucking running and skill checking. So I'm like, nah, maybe I'll use a paddle.
Well, I've definitely done that on my one Xbox controller, which I don't want to use my Elite because of that reason. Like I'm worried about both the paddles and the fucking bumpers. So I've been concerned, and I just use my regular controller, and that thing is broken now.
Sean, you were trying to get a word in, I think. What's up?
Well, I was going to segue into something, but before I do that, because I had a question for you guys about actually something that Derek said. But I was also going to say, just to piss Kyle off, I'm actually going to play my friend Pedro on Game Pass Ultimate on my PC with an Xbox controller.
Good job, bud.
18 layers of Inception for no reason.
Fucking hell.
Make sure when you do it, you get a selfie of yourself right in front of the computer with my friend Pedro holding your Xbox controller.
That's freaking hilarious.
Just to, but the segue question was, you brought up Hyperscape, because I actually caught like 5 or 10 minutes of your stream the other day, and I was watching it. I installed it, but I have not played it yet. So, how is this game? What is this game?
This game rules.
Very good.
Okay. All right. So,
that's what everyone says about new games, though. So I want somebody who doesn't hype every first game they play.
All right, I'm not the darn king.
I want to know your opinions too.
Yeah, I'll let Derek.
I want to know your opinions too.
There are flaws. There are flaws, but.
So yes, there are flaws. What we're gonna start. What I personally want to start by saying about the game is, graphically, I expected more. No, graphically, it works for the theme. It's beautiful the way they set up it. As I think Kyle said, or I can't remember who said it. Kyle probably. It has a very Ready Player One vibe.
Ready Player One, yeah.
So like,
I was actually gonna say Tron, because that's the original Ready Player One.
True.
Yes.
But yeah, I get that.
Like the light.
Like Matrix, Tron, Ready Player One. Yeah.
Yeah, it has that vibe where obviously right now it's you jump in and there was that opening video where, you can go into the Hyperscape, live your virtual life, do what you want, and then if you want, you can play this game. That video Crown Rush, which is the big thing. So then I mean, you jump into the hyperscape.
Is that actually a thing, though?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
that's the storyline behind it, right?
No,
like,
you can't. No.
But there's no virtual life to it. It's just that you're actually there playing the VR, right? Yeah. But the story behind it is it's an entire virtual simulator.
Yeah.
So graphically, the game looks fantastic in that aspect. Like I absolutely love the look of the game. The gameplay, the combat, it's all so fluid.
Kyle just went, we're gonna have to get his opinion on it.
In one regard, and I'll give you that in a minute.
No, what's the regard? Just we'll footnote it and we'll go back to it, just so you don't forget or we don't forget.
So certain bits of the certain gunplay are kind of my part about it, but that's just in general. That's all.
Well, that's in general. You gunplay in any game because you can't really ever get kills. So objectively, we're going to ignore your reasoning for that. All right, moving on. The footnote has been buried.
He just put that footnote right underneath his fucking boot and crushed it.
But Kyle's not wrong. I will speak to that in a bit, but also too. But.
I think when you go, I haven't played it, but just in general, when it comes to shooters, like honestly, there's very few shooters that have that really silky smooth, clean shooter mechanic. So I can understand what Kyle might be saying, that he says it's like, yeah, because there's a lot of shooters that their gunplay isn't that great. Like there's very few that it feels so smooth and it has that impact, and there's not the fucking stupid bloom or whatever the weird things they do. I haven't played it, so I can't say, but I'm sure it's like not as good as the best shooter you can think of. So,
well, of course, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, it's not. But for a BR, I think it's got the most fluid shooting, because you also have to remember this is a game about extremely high mobility.
Yeah.
All right, you have a double jump function, which allows you, once you're on your second jump, to jump in still in any direction. All right, so you need to remember that it's basically a high octane game. Your movement is limited to what you can do with your controller.
And in fact, if I may add, sorry, Derek, but yeah, if I may add, it's actually like as if everybody at base level is Octane from Apex. You just said
yeah,
Octane,
basically.
it made me think of that. So basic model is your Octane guy, and then
yeah, your slide is fast. You're jumping as fast. You're double jumping as fast.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
The game itself, the way that, so single player, and that's kind of the difference, but the same. It's different, but it's the same in the sense that you take shots and you have no idea where they're coming from. It's extremely easy to disengage. All right, and from what I've played with the game it is recommended to disengage, and it's the same with team combat. All right, if you're 75 meters away from your team and the other two guys get ripped, you get the fuck out of there. You don't try to go in and back them up. There's no calling, oh fuck, I need help. No.
Yeah.
The easiest thing to do is let your team die. Find a respawn pad and bring one of them back. Find another respawn pad and bring the other one back.
Yeah, because people may not know, but this is interesting, Sean. When you die, you become a ghost version of yourself that gets all the parkouring and shit, and your friends see your spirit or digitalized self running around, and you can only get back into the hyperscape if you like lodge into a respawn pad, and then the guy that's alive types a bunch of codes in and gets you back in the system, so to speak.
And those respawn pads are dropped by dead players.
I was just gonna say, so you murk a kid and you're just like, pack me back in.
That's fucking cool.
It is cool.
Yeah, it is.
Cool. Yeah.
It is really cool.
And it's like
the game.
I'm literally jumping in like my dick in somebody's face, and they don't even know I'm there. I'm just like a ghost.
I mean, that sounds just like in real life. Oh!
Yeah, they wouldn't know I'm there because the micro peen, right? They wouldn't know I'm there at all.
Playing it, I realized really quickly that it's a game where people are going to get away from you easily, just as easily as you can get away from them. So you cannot, you can't, and that takes a lot of work for me, right? To not get salty when someone is literally one shot away from death, and then they teleport away, turn into a bouncy ball, and fuck off. And you're like, ah. You kind of just have to let it go and accept it, because knowing full well you've done the same thing to probably 4 other people that match.
That's my favorite.
Like just squirreled away from them when they were about to kill you. Like they're
and can you
you're one shot, you turn invisible, and you're gone. Yeah, you heal up. Yes.
Can you recharge? Is it like, do you use like a consumable, go to a pad, or is it like just like Halo auto regen over time?
Auto regen over time.
But there is a heal
auto regen,
and a heal pickup as well. It's worth noting.
Yeah, it's an AoE hack heal that you throw down. It heals your allies that are standing in it. I'm not sure if it heals the enemy. I don't know.
It might. Can I just say one thing that really gets me hyped about this game? Okay, when I first did the fighting, I'm like, this is too squirrely for me. I don't like this. Because literally everyone's like jumping everywhere and shooting, and then I realized, then it hit me. Then I was like, this is what I'm doing. This is like a dream come true game, because this is the fucking Matrix, bro. And you have hacks that you can do. And like literally I was in a manor against a guy this morning, and he was like planting a magnet hack, and I was like, did a teleport hack through there, and he thought I was going to be magnetized with his magnet at the doorway, but I wasn't, and I turned and shotgunned him, and then he fucking did like a Dragon Ball Z super uppercut punch called Slam, which launches you right into the air, and it brings you back down. It's like literally Neo versus Agent Smith, the game, times 98.
Is that good?
It's freaking good, man. It's good, man. It's freaking good, because it becomes, once you let go of this fact, like Derek was saying, that you want to murder everybody, or you have to, then you realize you're in like this digital playground where you're trying to murder people and do like crazy maneuvers and shit. Then it starts to get really cool, I feel like.
My favorite thing is the ball.
See, Kyle likes this ball. So like Derek mentioned it already, but there's this hack called ball, Sean. You turn yourself into a giant ball, and literally you just bounce around. That's what you can't shoot while you're in there.
It's like a giant shield. It's great.
Yeah, but literally there's guys, you see guys.
Is it a time thing, or?
Yeah, it'll run out eventually.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Can it be destroyed, or is it just it'll go until it runs out?
No, it can be destroyed.
It can be destroyed. It's very difficult.
Yeah. Another thing, Sean, is that like in battle royales where you pick up a weapon, you have your weapon, you won't want to pick up another one. This game addresses that in a cool way where it's like, you grab a gun. Let's say you grab a revolver. Let's say you grab a revolver called the Riot. If you see 3 other Riots, you just merge them together, like merge the code together, so to speak, and make it better. Before you know it, you have like a level 5 Magnum because you've merged 5 other Magnums. And all the ammo goes for every gun, which I like too, because it keeps it fast and like intense too, right? So it's like, you don't have to be like, shit, I have no ammo. You just be like, that does happen, don't get me wrong, but like you can really like mix and match and move and dodge and dive things and cobble things together to kill people with, kind of thing. The game's cool, but the guns aren't balanced, and I'm sure you guys can speak.
That's what that's the main, my main gripe with the.
Yeah, they're not balanced.
That's probably what it was. Is the balance
guns
of it.
isn't the same as gunplay though. There you go.
Sorry, that's what I should have said. That's what I should have said. The gun balance needs to get fixed.
Yeah. And can somebody speak to why that is?
You cannot inflict explosive damage on yourself. So one of the OP things right now is picking up basically a grenade launcher, and if you're inside a building with someone, you just kind of randomly launch grenades at the wall, either forcing the other person off of you and out of the building, or to stay and continue to try to engage you and hope to kill you before the enemy's grenades do. All right, so that's one huge flaw at the moment.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
And how
another one
talked about addressing this, out of curiosity?
I don't know. I want to look into it because I am curious to see if this is something that they're getting feedback on, considering it is like considered in beta right now.
Mm-hmm. Minigun.
There's a minigun, for example, which 200 round clip outputs. I think each shot does at close range. I think it's 8 damage.
Yeah.
But its rate of fire. It can rip you. The guy, all they have to do is hold down the trigger, right?
Yeah.
The heavy weapons, their spawn rate is way too high versus common weapons, which like the assault rifle, for example. Like I find more miniguns than I do find assault rifles.
Yeah, that doesn't.
All right, so right there, that doesn't feel right. A heavy weapon should be a gift from the BR gods.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, I found a minigun, or oh my god, I found a grenade launcher. There is a weapon called the Skybreaker. It's kind of like an AoE explosive damage. It's a one-shot recharge.
Yeah, it's like a plasma launcher kind of.
Yeah, it's like Alex has the most experience with it, and it,
yeah.
like he says, it doesn't make sense when you fire this thing and you do 40 damage to someone.
Direct hit,
and they can. Yeah, and they can turn around and rip you in a matter of seconds with an SMG.
Right.
Like
the key point though is that you fire one Skybreaker and you have to reload. It's a one-shot reload and it only does 40 damage.
Yeah, you might as well be using a fucking musket in that case. Like it just it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other balancing things that kind of, in my opinion, need to be addressed are things like and Alex said the same thing too, is there's a silenced single action marksman rifle called the Dragonfly. It pops for 18 damage or 14 at range. Whereas you can pick up the assault rifle and burn a guy quicker at the same distance. Using an automatic weapon. So those are just things that I wouldn't even go as to say small things. In my opinion, they are huge issues that need to be addressed in these weapons. Because close range, the second you have a marksman rifle, you're fucked.
You're done. Yeah, you're done.
The guy has an SMG, a fucking pistol. You have a chance if you're going up against someone with the riot, like it's kind of like a magnet. You have a chance if you're going up against that in close range. But anything else, you don't have a chance, just because it doesn't output the damage that a marksman rifle should. And like I said, you go up against an SMG, an assault rifle, a grenade launcher, a minigun, close range, you're screwed. Your only option is to run. Like, you shouldn't even be engaging that. Like, it's like, no, peace, invisibility, and then fucking ball away. Like, you get out of there. So there are, in terms of weapon balance, those are the biggest issues that this game seems to have. But everything else seems to have been well thought out. Which is really nice.
And also, sorry, yeah, you should definitely check it out, and check it out with a squad if you can, because I found I had more fun that way too, which is typical.
Yes, but it's probably, like I told Alex, it's probably the first BR that I've ever played where I'm actually excited to go on and play solo, because there is no camping.
Right.
The gameplay encourages movement, and the way. Oh, and here's two other mechanics that needed to be mentioned. The sectors collapse in a random pattern.
Oh, it's so cool.
Okay, so it's not just a circle closing in on one spot where you can kind of judge where you need to go on the map. This is just, this sector starts to collapse. This one kind of in the middle starts to collapse. Like, it slowly closes and forces you into a place. But the way that it does it is they might collapse the middle and then leave one pathway open to two bigger chunks, and then say start to collapse one of the other bigger chunks. So it's still very difficult to tell where the end is going to be. They also scale the map prior, right? So if you're playing solo, if the games are supposed to be 99 people, right? 100, whatever. If you're starting with 75 people, the map will automatically adjust and pre-remove sectors to already make the playing field smaller, forcing people to be in closer proximity. So kind of forcing that continuous movement in combat.
Definitely not a camping game at all. Yeah, not even.
Yeah,
that's pretty smart. Yeah.
And then what adds to that is in the I think it's top 8. Once you get to the top 8 squads or top 8 players, depending on solo or squad, the crown appears. You grab the crown, you hold on to the crown for the prerequisite set time. You are crowned a champion.
Yeah.
Regardless of how many squads are left alive. And then, of course, when you have the crown marked, you can be hunted down while you have the crown. So once you grab the crown, it's basically everyone is kind of gunning for you, right? They'll shoot at each other in hopes to thin out the competition, but you become the main target with this crown.
Yep.
So it adds just that other layer of a complete change in gameplay, because all of a sudden, as one guy grabs the crown, these other 6 squads that you might have been fighting with, all of a sudden you all kind of stop shooting and you're at each other and you're like, wait a minute, that dude has the crown.
Yeah.
Let's go get him.
I would like to sensationalize one moment that was absolutely hilarious. Derek picks the crown up. I'm dead already because I think I touched it for a bit. This was last night. All I see is Derek drop his guns. Oh my god. And he's running like liquid metal guy. Okay. He's like,
yeah.
Like he just gets like 13 bolts in the back of it. He's like, ah! And he the crowd just rolls off his head. He's like,
I was so close.
Like him sprinting and all these guys like, no. It was just sick, man. It was cool. Because at first I was like, is this crown thing bullshit? This seems like bullshit. But then I played it, I was like, this is fun as shit. Just like fucking.
Can you still turn into the ball and stuff when you have the crown? I'm gonna guess not.
I think so, and that's scary to me. I think that might be OP. But Derek can speak to it because I haven't reached crown status.
I don't know. I've never actually. I haven't touched the crown and tried to. Well, no, I did. I think once, and I think I tried to go invisible, but I'm still marked.
Oh,
so I'm not sure if it limits what hacks you can use.
Mm.
Or well, I mean, if you go...
yeah, I'm not sure. Like I've never seen someone grab the crown and go into the ball like that. I know for sure.
Yeah, if you go into the ball, it doesn't matter if you're marked or not with the crown. People can see where that fucking ball's going. It's so big. Sean,
it's more at that point is you're in a ball of armor at that point. Yeah. So can you actually use the ball, or does it block it out?
Right. It might. It probably does.
And I don't know. Sorry. Go ahead, Sean.
I was gonna say, just talking from zero experience, I almost feel like it would have to not almost like in a game like this. I feel like if you would decide to go in a ball, it would almost drop the crown, kind of like dropping an oddball in Halo or something like that.
Right.
To do something else. I mean, I'm assuming that's not what it does, but I'm also assuming that you said you haven't seen it, so I'm assuming it's got to be balanced in a way.
Yeah, like I've gotten
OP like.
I've gotten to the crown phase maybe only like 5 times, but the amount of people that will actually pick up the ball hack is generally very high in a match. Yeah. So it's either those 5 times the person who picked up the crown did not have it, or it just won't let you use it. Come to think of it, it would actually be something worth looking into because now I'm curious.
If I may just add as well, one of the things that contributes to no camping is just a slight little detail. It's when a guy uses the reveal hack. Not only do you see where his vision shot came from, like the attempt to see people through walls and mark them, it also marks it for everybody in the game. So if reveal guy hits a guy and sees a guy, everybody sees that red triangle. So it's like even the guys who are trying to get an advantage to find out where people are and ferret out campers, everybody's getting that advantage too. But then there's also hack interplay where it's like if you get marked and you go invisible, it breaks that mark completely. And the inverse is true. If you're invisible and you get revealed, well, guess what? Your stealth is broken. So there's some good interplay too between the hack types. And you can only have 2 hacks equipped. And just 2 hacks and 2 guns, right? 2 hacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just a little tidbit there.
Sounds cool. I'll have to give it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It's a really exciting game. It's a lot of fun.
Also, the soundtrack is bumpin'.
Yeah, it is.
I was like, I need this soundtrack, bruh. I was talking to Alicia. I was like, I need this soundtrack. This game is just thick with the beats. With the beats. Anyway. And it's a Ubisoft BR.
Ubisoft pulls good stuff out. It is Ubisoft,
yeah. Is it Ubi, or is it another developer being published by Ubisoft?
No, it's Ubi.
It has Ubi Club too, I think.
Ubi.
Ubi.
Anything else, my gents? Or should we break it up and go ahead?
Well, I don't know if Kyle has something, but I mean, I don't know how we can leave out the most important thing here.
True. Go ahead.
Above all of this is the game that Derek and I started and finished.
Oh, yeah.
Known as Man of Medan, the Dark Pictures Anthology.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
How could you forget it? I haven't slept since, for Christ's sakes.
You know why I forget it?
Are you that scared?
You don't love me anymore. You don't talk to me anymore. That's how I forgot.
He's fucking PTSD shell shocked right here.
Were you seriously scared of the game, Sean?
I mean, I don't know if scared is the word, but I mean, you heard my clip. Like, there was some parts that fucked me. I might even go out on a limb here and say that this game fucked with me more than any horror game ever has. And I play a shit ton of horror games, and I love them. And I don't usually get scared by this stuff. Like, a jump scare is a jump scare. Like, anybody can do that. But like, I'm not usually phased by that. Like, sometimes during Resident Evil 7, for example, Alice can attest by watching to the stream, like when there was that fucking kid I was following and I heard the footsteps, I felt uneasy and had goosebumps, but I wasn't like, oh my god. Like, in this game, I don't know if just because I was playing with Derek in the co-op, and when you feed off each other's emotions too, that helps to it. Yeah. But man, there were some moments in that game that just so demented, like, and not like over the top demented either. And then when I don't want to spoil it for anybody if you haven't beaten it either, but I know there's like 15 different endings.
I need to know what ending you guys got. Like, I need to know, but I don't know if that's a subject for now. But
we can talk about
the stream.
I would save that for later.
I don't want to ruin things for people.
I had a different ending, I think, but
probably this was a game that when I first saw it announced or I heard about it, I think I posted about it in the WhatsApp group. I don't think anybody else knew of it at the time, and I'm like, this looks really fucking awesome. I can't wait for this. And then, I don't know, over time I lost interest, and I think it got reviewed, not poorly, but it was like mediocre. Yeah. And I was just like, whatever. I think Resident Evil 7, I was playing Resident Evil 7 or something else at the time, probably. I can't remember. But I was like, it's probably not worth a full purchase. I think now at this point, like, I know I was talking to Derek, I'm like, I don't know, this was kind of like a 6-hour experience. I don't know if I would want to pay like $80 for this game.
It was only like $49.
It was $40 at launch.
Just for the record.
Same thing. I don't know if I would have been like, I would pay that, but after playing it, I would have paid full price, I think.
So would you buy
especially since Derek and I have already. I'm probably gonna buy a Little Hope, and Derek and I, if he's not already game sharing, we should probably just game share because fuck Derek.
Well, he doesn't play, so. And Ryan doesn't play either.
So
we should set up game sharing. Just because
I'm just saying, like, it's from a financial standpoint, it makes sense, right? From a financial standpoint, it makes sense. So share with somebody.
RJ's not even benefiting from my 705 video games or some shit that I have. Like, he doesn't even play Xbox.
But that's because he's got his niche, his Final Fantasy, and his Dead by Daylight. Leave him alone.
So who wants my game share?
But yeah. Well, I told you that we should have done it. But I told you that we should have done it, but now it's too late. Now Derek's on my page.
And I'm taking
up that offer.
Fair enough.
But yeah, Man of Medan.
Awesome.
So yeah, like I said, it reviewed kind of mediocre. Like, it didn't get bad reviews, but it wasn't like shining reviews. I really like the voice acting. Like I was telling Derek, sometimes the game looks really bad, and other times it's like almost photorealistic. Like, it's almost like it's fucking weird. It is. I think it's just some of the animations. I think it's some of the animations and textures during some scenes, the way the lighting hits.
They're like literally 64 level.
Yeah, graphically it's inconsistent at times. Like you says, like sometimes you look at it and like a person's face is just like for some reason really smooth looking, very pale, and then the next scene over, photorealistic again, and you're like, wait, what? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but I'm really happy that it came to Game Pass. I'm really happy that I decided to play it. I'm really happy that Derek decided to play it with me because it was fun, a fun co-op experience. Awesome. Yeah. And I honestly can't wait to get back into it and try to do something different, or even play A New Hope, depending on what Derek wants. A New Hope.
A little Hope. Oh, I'm gonna play it. Just because, look, the only reason I don't like games like that are jump scares. Like, jump scares always get me. I hate that shit. I can be expecting them the entire time I'm playing and they still get me. All right? Like, give me a true horror movie with, like, actual horror in it, and I can do that. Give me a horror game, and I can do that. I can deal with the feeling of unease, but jump scares, to me, have always felt cheap. All right? And the biggest thing of that was, what's that one where the movie where they're shooting in their bedroom, basically the entire movie?
Paranormal
Activity, yeah.
Paranormal Activity, yeah.
Yeah. And for like 4 or 5 nights, there's nothing. And then on like night 6, all of a sudden, a fucking door slams and everyone in the theater, oh! And you're like, well, yeah, of course. It's a fucking jump scare. It's going to get almost anyone. Like it's quiet for fucking 45 minutes of this movie. And then you introduce the sound of a door slamming. You take away the volume. That door slamming is not scary at all. Like, it's just a door slamming. Big deal. So yeah, jump scares, I don't like them. They annoy me just because I feel like it's a cheap way of getting a gasp out of the audience. But the rest of that game, like Sean says, the feeling of unease, the little things they do, like at one point, like when I was playing as what's his face? The guy I really liked.
Ash
Conrad.
Connor? Conrad. Yeah.
Conrad.
Like when I'm walking down the hall and out of the corner of my eye in a corner, I see a figure standing in the corner. And it didn't scare me. It didn't startle me, but it just gave you that moment of complete unease. And you're like, what? Did I just fucking see something there? And then, of course, you backtrack and it's gone. And then you start to think to yourself, you're like, did I really see that? Or was was my mind just playing tricks on me? And that they do amazingly.
Yeah, and like I think that's where this game is really different from a lot of the other ones, because if you look at the biggest horror games you can think of, none of them kind of do what Madame Medan did. On how the co-op interaction works, but also on the scares, like you said, like all of a sudden, and it almost is like watching a movie in that sense, because you have that in a movie, you're like, you see the guys walking down the long hallway or whatever, and you see like the figure pass by or whatever. And it's rare that happens like in a Resident Evil, or that literally they put something on the screen, but just a little bit off the screen. And this is why that clip that I sent you fucking got to me, because I know every horror fucking cliche there is. I'm like, I don't know why I'm choosing to... Oh, did Alex drop?
I am here. Sorry, I just got to get my headset. I have to go to my phone. Sorry, guys. I had freezing going on. My bad. I'm here. Go ahead. Continue.
Our boxes have shifted. Okay, here we go. Okay, so yeah. Like, I knew, like, I've played so many of these games and watched so many horror movies that I was totally expecting something to be in the vent. So I go and look in the vent, and as I'm doing it live on the stream, and you guys can hear it in the clip, I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to look in this vent. I don't know why, because something's going to be there, and there was nothing there. But then I noticed on the right stick I can move to look left or to the right. And I moved a little bit to the right, and there's a fucking half, like, gray face, half eyeball. My mind, like, the time that it took my brain to process what I was seeing, because in the clip it happens quick but not instantaneous. You see me look a little bit at the face, then go back, and it's not just the audio lag. That's literally what I did. I look a little bit, like I'm looking in the vent, I'm like, there's nothing fucking here. I look a little bit to the right, and you kind of like see a quarter of a face and an eyeball or something.
Yeah.
And I hardly notice it. And then I look back, and then I was like, what the fuck? And I looked because it took that time for my brain to process it. And they did a really good job of being like, it wasn't where you expected them to be. So kudos to them for that.
Right.
And I think the story was really well done. And in many ways, without spoiling the story, this isn't really a horror game. It's not at all like a paranormal story in Undead or whatever. Like, but that's not at all what it feels like. And I don't know how you can play this game in any way but co-op, to be honest with you. Now that I've played it, I don't know how you could... Exactly. I think if you play it solo, you're missing out on it, because there was so many moments. Like, now I wonder if Derek and I play again, I wonder if he runs the game, so to speak, and he chooses whoever.
Yeah, make sure you do that. Sorry to interrupt.
And who will get control of what character.
Yeah.
And now, the only thing that I'm worried about is I enjoyed the game enough that I think we can play it one more time at least and enjoy a good time, because I'm sure there's tons of shit we miss.
Tons, yeah.
And then tons that we miss. But at the same time, we kind of know the shtick now, which is why I don't want to say it, because if you know the shtick, it's almost not worth playing.
It lessens the stakes, yeah. It really does.
It'll lessen the stakes. But now that I know the shtick, it's like, well... And it's so interesting how the game plays on your fears and scares you that way, It makes you feel a way. And I think there's even a quote when the British guy talks about it, whatever. It's amazing how in that moment how a human reacts in fear and will either attack or do this or do that. And the game is always pushing you emotionally to that edge. To either fight back, or try to run away. And I haven't played it 15 times, but it seems like if you do any of those things, it's bad. It ends up badly somehow, either for yourself or another character. So, it's really interesting. It was. I really. I don't know what I would grade it, but honestly, like I think it's my favorite horror game this generation. I love Resident Evil 7 for what it was, but honestly, it was amazing. Like my initial feeling of that game, I should have just kept that feeling and got the game day one because I don't know. Like, yeah, it would have only been probably 10 hours and then I was done. But I mean, some of the best games are, right? Like look at God of War. I mean, I know it's more than 10 hours, but you get the idea, right?
Yeah. My question for you boys then is, and I don't know which one of you, I think Derek, you got rid of your PlayStation 4, right? And Sean, you still have yours?
Oh, he got rid of his too.
Okay.
We both got rid of ours.
I have.
Okay. Mine's actually in the trash over there.
I've played what you're about to say. Too,
okay, so the question is, if you still had them, would you go back and play Until Dawn now?
You should, because it's goddamn amazing.
How good their stuff is, right?
I watched an entire playthrough of it.
Did you?
Yeah.
But
that's how good. Yeah, but it's already spoiled for me.
Oh yeah, true.
Like there's no mystery in it. Like Madame Medan still had that mystery as you're going through. You're trying to figure out what's happening.
Like, well, wait, what the fuck?
Clues are being dropped, so you're like, oh, maybe this is this. Maybe it was. At one point, I had the crazy theory. I'm like, oh my god, they raided the fucking Nazi Thule Society and stole some sort of fucking ancient artifact and like
spawn zombies and shit.
And that's like how cliche and far-fetched like these video games usually are, right? So that's totally where you expect it to be going. Like you expected like Nazi necromancers.
Yeah,
that's exactly what you were expecting, and you're like, this is just some nerdy like fucking video game trash, but it was not that at all.
Nope.
I mean, obviously, there's so many details to it that we don't know, and I don't think we'll get all those answers, even if we get all 15 endings. Like, I don't think we fully like. You kind of know something, but not the thing, so to speak.
Yeah. That's why I want to. I kind of want to talk to you. Like, I don't want to say the ending I got, but I do want to talk around some stuff with you guys because it's interesting, man. And can I just add too, as a viewer, being able to tell you guys like, oh, by the way, you guys don't see the same shit necessarily. That effect that it had on you guys was just insane.
I was going crazy.
Yeah, it was insane.
Like, dude, did you see that? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? There's nothing here.
Yeah,
like, are you insane?
Yeah, it was funny because Derek was reacting scared anyway. This was really early when you were just Joe and Charlie. Derek was acting scared anyway, and it seemed like Sean believed, because he didn't know anything else, that you saw the kid shadow run across the hallway, but you didn't. But you guys were still on the same page somehow. So that's why I was like, by the way, you guys don't see the same thing. Derek didn't see that. I felt like I had to say that just because there's so much hilarity in that fact. And then Sean's like, wait, you didn't see that kid? And you're like, what fucking kid, bro? It just feels like it feels like a bunch of friends stuck in a forest and someone's like, did you just hear that, man? It's like, no, you're fucking cracked out, bro. Fucking relax.
I honestly don't know how you could play it by yourself, and that might be why it got lower scores.
Right, because the reviewer's by himself, right?
Because I originally, like I said, I was originally really excited about this game. Like, this looks really cool. This sounds really cool. Mm-hmm. Then the reviews happened, and I was like, whatever. And I'm sad that I missed out on it, but I'm happy I played it now, obviously. But
yeah, it's so good.
It's really... Like, I can't recommend it enough, but you have to play it with somebody.
Yep.
I don't know how you could play it solo, to be honest with you, that it would be as good. Like you said, just those moments playing off of each other, too. Like, it's like... And the game does a really good job of that, too. Like, how they bounce it back and forth between people, make sure you're not necessarily seeing the same thing. And...
like, when you're Joe and shoot the locker... and it's just Charlie in there, right? Like,
and it took him to like almost the end of that playthrough, and he's like, when he opened that locker again, he's like, "Wait a minute, did I shoot you?" I'm like, "Yes, I told you, I got shot in the locker. Oh, I was shooting at the little guy."
I didn't make that connection, right? Because you didn't tell me you were hiding in a locker at the time, right?
No,
and
but
I'm like, Derek, we're fucking chasing. There's this fucking kid. There's a kid in this fucking locker, and I'm like, he's fucking like screaming at me. I need to shoot this fucker. I'm like, I need to shoot this goddamn fucker, and.
Proof that what you guys are saying though is 100% correct. Like you can't really enjoy it on your own. Is I didn't give up on the game, but I was just kind of like I lost interest on it because I have this one right here, right? And I got it when it came out, so I didn't really have anybody to play it with. So it was just one of those kind of like
scrub boy.
Yeah.
You were already playing it with your brother though.
Yeah,
so
true. And I should add, sorry.
It would have been defeatist for me to get it at the time, right? Because I wasn't game sharing with Fremo yet, and honestly, him and I didn't even finish a way out. So despite game sharing anyway, we didn't even finish the one co-op game we were doing together.
Yeah, true. I would like to add, if
you haven't done, you have to play. By the way,
yeah, way out's awesome. Sean and I loved that game, so I'm surprised Shane didn't want to beat it with you.
I cried at the end of A Way Out.
Yeah, man.
I think it was just timing wise. Like he, you know, we could never find enough time where it was just, hey, let's sit down and play A Way Out.
That's probably fair,
right?
Yeah. Can I just add to the one I beat was in theater mode. So what theater mode is it's a truncated version that only lasts the length of an actual movie. It's like a 2-hour experience of the game. So Storm, myself, and Ryan sat on a couch passing the controller because everybody picks a character and then you be that character for the duration of the film, quote unquote. So it's an interesting little way to like to differentiate it. And you can play like Ryan and I were like, man, we should get our mom and dad to play this like in theater mode, right? Just because it's not a long commitment. It's not like a 6-hour thing, right? But we haven't yet because my mom's like, I don't want no killing and zombies. That's what my mom will say.
You should just do it. Yeah, that's true. You should just do it and bring Papa Jackson in and have him.
Well, I told him about you guys' hilarious team. He's like, I would play that.
Yeah, see.
Anyway,
and I told Sean and Derek to do this. I don't know if you guys did or not, but did you download the curator cut thing to add to your game for like the second run through? If you guys do it, I would do that.
It's free, right? I think
it's free. Yeah, it's free.
Yet, but I think I would definitely want to play through it. Like Derek and I were discussing it. We should probably go through and try to get all the achievements in this thing. I don't know if it has that kind of lasting appeal. I would have to play through it one more time to see. But it is like a short playthrough. Like honestly, Derek and I could have played through it in one night. We didn't realize that where we stopped, there was like 15 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, you were like 95% done. Yeah.
Like, oh shit! Like, okay.
We should have finished it.
I was like, "Are you guys Man of Medani? You're like, "Yep." And then I look back, it's like, Man of Medani, thumbs up. Oh, by the way, favorite character? I'm just gonna throw this out here. Sorry.
Those other options, right? Because I think if I played it again, even as the same characters, I would choose other options just to see where it led.
Yeah.
So I think that brings a huge, even though you know the story, even though you know the shtick, even though you know it's not going to affect you the same, I think it's still interesting enough to see where those other choices would take you.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of branching paths.
Now, I didn't see everything, but can I ask this question? Did you get the achievement that's relating to the thunderstorm and the windows?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
So
you
what?
did not open it.
Okay. Yeah, you have to open it at the same time, right?
Same time
but
as the lake.
I could never get it either. It was just fucked. I could never get it, man.
Well, maybe like now that I didn't know it was an achievement at the time, when I looked through the achievement list, I saw it. And so if we do a second playthrough, I think I'll plan to actually make sure it's in sync and actually get it.
I would also recommend that you guys should swap Joe and Charlie because that does determine where you line up with the characters that you control, unless you want to control the same lot and choose differently. But other than that, you're going to see the opposite side if you choose the opposite Charlie or Joe. That's what determines that all. So
yeah, no, see, and there I'd even at that be interested in doing the same because when I was at the beginning, Charlie, or I think it was Charlie, I believe I was.
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
At that last pivotal moment, I had the opportunity to either investigate or hide. I chose hide, which led to my death in the closet, in the locker. If I chose investigate, what would have happened?
Well, I have a scene that happened that I won't spoil, but I have a scene. I wonder if it relies on what you both choose to produce the scene there. That's what I'm wondering.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, if I choose investigate and Sean takes the same option, do I still end up in the locker dying? Like,
that's
or
question,
do I end up elsewhere dying? Like, it leaves a lot. Like the curator says, right? It's a story. It can go so many ways, and we've seen just in one playthrough that it has the potential to go so many ways.
Right. Can I ask you favorite character? My favorite character. You guys got killed, which I was very sad to see.
Of course.
Fucking.
You say you guys, but really Derek was the one who fucking murdered me. Okay.
Well, I was watching Derek's stream, and it was so forgivable that he would kill you based on what he was seeing. It was just fucked up, man. It was so fucked up.
If you saw what I was seeing, you would have said the same thing, though. Mind you, when I look back at that scene, from what I saw, I actually had two choices, because just to like picture that scene was that I was all of a sudden in like a giant like dining room, like I was telling Derek, I'm like, oh my god, I'm like back in time, and it's like a well furnished. It would be like it's like those videos of seeing like the Titanic ship underwater, all trashed, and then it goes back to the old timey, but there's nobody on it or whatever.
Chandeliers,
that's exactly what happened
glasses.
to me. Chandelier and like wine glasses and the tables, but it's alone. And in the center of on stage, there's like a theater stage, I guess. There's like a giant coffin. It looks like a fucking Pope's coffin or something like that. And I don't know why I decided to walk up to this thing. It has like a skull on the clasp or whatever, and it's huge. It's not low to the ground. It's like taller than me almost. And then there's a door off to the far right, I noticed. Yep. For whatever reason, just because, I don't know why, I was like, I'm going to look inside this coffin. My character slowly pushes the lid off, and all that's inside the coffin is like a pool of blood. Like when I say pool of blood, I mean it's like a foot deep of like blood in this coffin. And then, of course, the typical hand pops out, and I'm like, oh! I back away from it. And then there's like a cloaked figure, like fucking Grim Reaper fucker, coming to murder me.
Yep.
And anyway, so that's what I saw. So I'm just curious, like, I could have not looked in that coffin. I'm assuming I could have went to the door and maybe avoided that entirely. So these are like Derek said at the start with Joe and Charlie and going into the locker. I wonder how it could have played out different. Like, I feel like there's honestly so many options that it's be interesting to play again.
Now the question is it Walking Dead? Sorry.
What do you mean?
Is it Walking Dead where they lead to the same ending no matter what? That's my other question, right? With a few exceptions. Like if you go to the door, is the Grim Reaper guy still going to show up? You know what I mean?
I don't think so, because there's confirmed 15 different endings.
Right, endings, yeah, but the things in between, I just wonder, right? Because like one thing I worry about is.
Well, I just want to point out there are achievements for everyone surviving, everyone dying, just the guys surviving, and just the girls surviving.
Yeah.
So right there, that does kind of lends to his. Well, if he had walked to the door, would he have just walked out, and what happened would have never have happened?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I also wonder
sorry,
go ahead. You first.
I was just going to say there's probably multiple moments you can survive or die, so to speak.
Yeah, definitely.
For surviving, but there's probably multiple moments that a character can die. Because, like, once you... Like, I don't think we've really understood... Like, even though Alex told us that we don't see the same thing, I didn't get the shtick, really, until Derek killed me as that character.
Right.
And then slightly... Just after that scene is when we learned what the Manchurian Gold was, right?
Yeah.
And then we started to understand, like, oh my fucking god, like, this just fucking happened, right? And so that's why I'm saying, now that we know the shtick, I don't know if it'll be as fun, but at the same time, there's so many different options.
It's exploratory anyway.
Either die. Yeah. It's exploratory, but we all know that sometimes when you're forced into making those options, like, oh, well, I did this last time, so I have to try this one.
It loses its luster, kind of, right? Yeah.
It loses its luster a little bit, but at the same time, like I said, the scares in the game were so good and well timed That's like, if I decide to choose differently, or if I would play as the other character, I have no idea what Derek saw. Like, I didn't watch his stream. Other than reading the review, I went into this game dark, and I'm happy I did, because if I knew anything else, I would have been like, I did not expect. Like, everything that happened, I did not expect at all.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I'd
go into Little Hope the same way, like blind. I would purposely avoid. I wouldn't want to talk about it. I'd want to know when it comes out. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if someone said, "Oh,
like,
did you hear that?"
Like,
Little Hope, I would be like, "No, shut up, shut the fuck up, shut up." Like I don't want to know anything.
Yeah.
Not the reviews.
Man Dad now is what?
It's like a good year and a half, 2 years old.
Yeah, like I mean, I could have read up about it on Reddit. I could have watched YouTube videos. I did none of that. And I think still to this day, like I usually say the game's old enough that you can spoil now. I don't want to spoil Madame Medan, because if you haven't played it, you have to play it. You should play it with people.
Mm-hmm.
And
even the 2-hour theater mode's good. Like, just do that if you limit it on time. Just get a couple buddies and couch co-op like you're fucking living in 1995. Just fucking do it.
All right. Does anyone else have anything to say on Madame Medan, or shall we move on?
What about? Yeah, let's move on. But I think we should move on and see because Kyle, I think I kind of skipped over Kyle, what he's been playing, what he's been doing, what he's been up to.
Really, the only thing I'd have to talk about this week is that I'm glad that and Derek and I both got to experience is that yesterday, Dead by Daylight opened up crossplay with PC, Xbox,
I'm still iffy
PS4, and Switch.
My opinion is still in formation on that, whether it's a good or a bad thing.
Storm,
right?
Yeah, not sure,
Storm
but it gave me an opportunity.
For the 1 millionth time. Go ahead, you go first.
It gave me the opportunity during the day to play with RJ, right? Playing the game, and I didn't think like that it was interesting in that regards, because I don't think I'd ever be able to do that otherwise. Not until I build my computer.
That is great. Right? And that is why crossplay is great.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I feel very strongly about crossplay, as you know. And Storm messaged me for the 1 millionth time to download DVD. He was like, "Oh, it's crossplay now. You gotta play it with me."
Podcasting. Sorry, guys.
He's like, you gotta download it and play with me now, because it's crossplay. And I'm like, oh great, this is what I love in my games. He's like, bro, it's not like it's a shooter and it doesn't matter. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I haven't actually played DVD ever, so I can't really judge. But going into it, I know how keyboard bindings and mouse are advantageous in many types of games, including.
It counts as much in DVD. Trust me, I got 360 spun by a killer spewing vomit, and she fucking fucking 180'd around and hit me no problem with like the end of her vomit trail. Like if it had been a console player, I would have been out of that situation unscathed. You know, like I'm not the greatest at the game, but I know I would have made it away. But no, she like whoop and like immediate. So my opinion is still out on that. I'm gonna give it the week and see how.
Storm. Obviously, like I said, I have no. Other than my actual video game experience in general, I have not played DVD. So, but based on that, I'm like, I don't know, man. I think it still matters, is what I told him. So, I'm like, look, dude, I have a good enough PC. If I really wanted to play the game, I'll download it for free on my fucking Game Pass Ultimate on my PC, and I'll play it.
That's right, yeah.
I will add that I will add that I took the step finally of joining that community I decided to buy a physical copy on Switch, which was like $10 cheaper than digital, so I will actually play it occasionally as long as I'm lying there, because Lobby Simulator 6000 is not how I want to spend my Xbox time. Now I get that you guys say it's no longer a lobby simulator because there's crossplay, but I bet we're turning crossplay off at some point based on what I'm hearing.
The queue times still have been a little long.
Yeah, they were a little bit longer last night.
Yeah,
they were a little longer last night. Yeah, than when I was playing with your brother in the morning. When I was playing with Derek at night, they were a little bit longer.
It's very odd. It seems to be a very early morning oriented game. Like when Kyle and I were playing at like 6:30 a.m., we were getting games instantaneous
right away.
Yeah, really
weird. Yeah, so it seems to be an early morning game for some reason.
That's interesting.
All right. We are nearing the end, gentlemen.
Yeah, we are. We had tons of shit to talk about. Holy crap!
I'm sure there's even more, but there's always next week, right? Because I made a promise to people last week.
Oh yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, buds of all ages, it is time for Guess That Game. All right? So I hope you all have your pen and paper while I go over the rules very quickly once again. So we all pick a game. We've all picked our game. All right?
Yep.
I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to pre-announce these so we have the week to think about it. So we pick a game. You describe it as vaguely as you want. All right? The only loose rule I put into place was try to pick a game that everyone will at least have a shot at guessing as to not be a dinky.
Gotcha, yeah.
Which would be a big issue with me.
You know, don't pick a PS1 game because I've never played a PS1 game. So to go over the rule, once again, we have 3 hints collectively. All right, so ideally that's 1 hint per person to ask.
Yeah.
Remember, if you are the game guessee, if they do not ask for the hints, don't bring them up. It's up to us to remember. All right. It's a 3-minute timer. Every person who writes down the correct answer gets 3 points. For every person the guessee stumps, they get 3 points. All right. So big money on the line here. All right.
Okay.
And like I said, every third segment we will announce the winner. The winner does not matter. All right, because there is no prize. So even if you win, you don't fucking matter.
Right.
I just wanted to drill that into your heads right now. I just want to take you down the peg before you get up on the peg. All right, you don't matter if you win.
I'll pay you. Nothing. Sorry.
I didn't make the graphics. Sorry.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. So, I was thinking maybe. I was originally thinking dice roll as to who goes first, but I think we'll just take it in order of boxes for the time being. So, Sean,
I don't want to go first.
You don't want to go first?
I don't want to go first.
Okay, all right.
Because I sucked last time. Okay, like
true.
Last time, like our trial run out of it.
You got ripped.
I want to hear what other people say first, so I know where I'm going with my thing.
Okay, so Alex, do you want to go first? And again, let me remind you guys that the second that the description is over, I just need you guys to say done so I can start the timer.
Okay.
And
so it's 3 minutes of guess period. Okay.
3 minutes of guess period. Yes. Well, yeah, I'm not going to start the timer. If you take a minute to explain, that's not fair.
Okay.
That's a dinky move. All right.
That might be a dinky move.
That's a dinky move. Again, do not yell out the answers because this kind of invalidates the point system that I put in place to kind of just be like, congratulations, you're the winner. You don't matter.
Yeah.
All right. So, Alex, do you want to go first then?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So,
you said don't yell at the answer? I missed that part. Why?
Sorry?
You said don't yell at the answer?
Yeah, don't yell out the answer. Just when you think you have the answer, write it down. And then at the end of the 3 minutes, we'll kind of just hold up the paper just to show that you wrote an answer. Sorry. I changed the format. My bad. I changed the format. At the end of the 3 minutes, Alex will go around and pick us and say, okay, Sean, what did you think the game was? You said Dead by Daylight. That is correct. And then I'll mark down that you got 3 points. Then he'll go to say Kyle and be like, Kyle, what did you think? Kyle will say, oh, I thought it was Balan Wonderworld or whatever. And we'll be like, oh, sorry, man, no points for you, fucker.
No points.
Is there ever going to be an episode where we don't bring up Balan Wonderworld? Maybe that game is better than we thought.
I've written down exactly whose game and everybody's thing just so that I'm ready to go.
All right, so Alex, take it away, my friend.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to describe this as vaguely as possible within like a certain parameter of fairness, and we'll see. Dude guy, as I start every one of these, starts with dude guy. Dude guy receives invitation to attend majestic opening of new fancy place where people can chill and hang out. Dude guy is also janitor. Dude guy finds out that there is strange activity in said place he was invited to. Dude guy then proceeds to move up and down that place figuring out what happened to all his other dude guy friends who disappeared when nefarious dude guy things were happening. Dude guy has a few friends along the way, but he's usually considered the outsider forced into this situation where dude guy must solve, and one might even say be the hero. A space that he's not particularly used to having, or a role that he's not used to having, I should say. And I think I'll leave it there, and you guys can ask questions. So I can quickly summarize. Dude guy goes to place.
Yeah, you can keep summarizing.
Yeah, so dude guy goes to place. Dude guy has a janitor type role. Dude guy enjoys place with other people, but other dude guy's friends people then disappear when he wakes up. Dude guy must then solve the disappearance and is forced to be a hero, something he's not typically usually asked to do. That's a very vague description, but you can ask questions. So,
My question here: what console was this on?
What console is this on?
Yeah.
I would accept a variety of answers here, but I'm gonna go. Actually, no. Delete that I said that. Let the record, because that will just lead you guys on wild goose. So this game is on the Switch. Oh, we lost Eric, I think.
Yeah.
We did, yes. You got so upset. He's like, another Switch game? And he shut up his game. He just left. He's like, fuck this guy.
I'm back. Sorry. What console?
So this game is on the Switch.
On the Switch?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm fucked.
And like, so wait, what are the rules with me describing more shit?
Cartoon weeb kid.
No, that's me.
It's not a cartoon.
Well, the point is to stump us,
right? It's not a cartoon weeb kid. That's your free. Like, it's not a weeb kid. Let me say that. That's your free bonus. So again, I'll restate. Dude guy gets invitation to go to a fancy place where people can stay. Dude guy's friends, him, enjoy place. Everyone goes to bed. Dude guy wakes up. Friends gone. Dude guy must become hero to find out what happened to friends with all these nefarious happenings in said fancy place.
50 seconds, guys.
Questions. There's one question has been used, which is what console? That was Nintendo Switch.
Alex, remember, don't provide those types of information. You're trying to get the 9 points out of us.
Well, okay, yeah, sorry, but I also want to be fun.
This is fun.
This is fun, yeah.
I'm actually stumped here.
Switch
games, questions? 2 more questions?
We're all at a disadvantage.
20 seconds, guys.
I'm done.
Hurry.
Does dude guy have a love interest?
No. At least not that I'm aware of.
I'm done.
Like you've written it down?
5 seconds.
I wrote it down.
Okay.
All right, and that's time.
All right, pens to paper then.
All right, so I'll go first because I know I didn't get it. I went with Balan Wonderworld.
That would be worth 0 points, my friend.
I know that's a big 0 for me. So that's one batch of 3 points to Alex. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Who's got their answer next? Let me see it. Let me see it on the screen.
I realize you guys can't see my cam unless you're watching the stream.
Oh, I can see it. Okay. Is that correct, Alex?
That is correct. Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi's Mansion.
That is
all
correct.
right.
Are you fucking
That is correct.
3 points to Kyle.
Hold on, I didn't finish writing down my answer yet.
Oh, bullshit. You know what? For the record, I would have accepted, because I was debating what to do with the franchise move. And I was like, I would almost accept any answer of Luigi's Mansion, period. Like, you know.
Sean, what did you write? I'm just curious.
Oh, it's so bright in here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Hold on.
Oh yeah, Derek, you have the stream up. You'd be able
to see.
I'll
see it on stream. Oh no, it's really bright. It is really bright.
Hold on, give me a second. I'm just gonna adjust this real quick and we'll help you out.
Nice snipe, Kyle.
Well, as soon as you said,
I can't see that. Just say it, Sean. What did you say?
No. Hold on. I'm doing it. I'm fixing it.
Fixing it. Clicking the keyboard backspace.
But is it safe to say that? Is it safe to say that Alex is getting another 3 points here?
I put Leisure Suit Larry. I crossed out Larry and put Shirley.
That's gonna be with bam.
Congratulations, Alex, for the first leg of this. You have 6 points,
and congrats,
Kyle has
3.
3. Derek has 0, and Sean has 0. All right,
this is awesome. Awesome rules, Derek, as well, or whoever helped him develop these. Good job.
That was me.
That was a him thing.
This was me.
All right.
All right. Who wants to go next? Kyle, do you want to give it a go?
Yeah, I think the guy who got it should go.
Yep.
Can I just ask,
Kyle,
hold on. Sorry. Can I ask one question? Was that a description enough that you could actually have gotten it if you hadn't played the game? That's what I want to know.
No, like, but if we haven't played the game, we haven't played the game. Like that's that's part of it, right? Like
honestly, like I haven't.
I mean, how'd you like?
I haven't started it. I own it, but the fact that you said fancy place and janitorial, that gave me enough to go by plumber and mansion. So that gave me enough.
Right.
Yeah, okay. I was just thinking janitor. I was like, what game has a janitor? I was like,
Space Quest.
Janitor?
It's a bit, maybe I shouldn't have said janitor. I don't know. But he has like a vacuum. He has all this shit.
Yeah,
okay. I wouldn't classify him as a janitor. That's where it throws me off, right?
Fair enough.
Had you said like Italian plumber's brother, I would have got it immediately.
Well, that would have been like a layup. Yeah.
Super. Yeah, that's a slam dunk.
Yeah.
All right. Kyle, so same thing. Describe your game when it's done. When you're done describing it, please say done so I can start the timer, okay?
All right. So, dude has relationship issues, talks to his friends about them. He is very indecisive over the people that he likes. The game is available on 5 different consoles. There's a competitive scene, and he questions his own morality several times throughout the game. That's it.
Can you start from the top?
Yeah, do that again.
So, the guy has relationship issues that he talks with his friends about. He's indecisive about the women that he's indecisive around women. The game's on 5 consoles, and there's a competitive scene to it.
May I ask?
I already know what it is.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, I sniped it.
Write it down then.
It's written. It's already done.
May I ask a question?
Yeah.
Can you, if you don't know this, can you Google it for me? Is that okay? Like if Kyle doesn't know this? Okay. What year was it made in?
I want to Google it and see if let me answer first, Kyle, because I want to know if I'm right.
No, because then you might switch your answer. You're not allowed to do that.
I won't switch it. I'm not going to switch my answer.
All right. Okay.
2011.
2011.
Yeah, the original was 2011.
2011.
Wow, fucking Sean sniped that.
5. Holy shit, he sniped it on like just the descriptor. So there's 2 more questions remaining. Derek, you got any?
I'm not gonna ask anything unless
I can't. I got nothing here. I don't even know what question to ask.
Okay, I'll ask another one.
Okay.
Is the title of the game having to do with the name of a female?
Yes.
Oh, fucking screw.
I know what it is. I fucking know what it is. I have it written before I asked that question, but yeah. I'm good.
You're good? All right, so I'm
the ultimate sniper.
I'm conceding.
Yeah, you just
I will stop the timer. I will whoops. I can't spell Kyle apparently. All right, I will show you guys my answer first.
Okay. But like fuck you.
I'm gonna
Jesus Christ, that game.
That fucking game.
So I'm gonna give Kyle his 3 points for me. All right, Sean or Alex?
I'm up.
Wait.
I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah. That's right.
It is Catherine.
That is correct. Yes.
Okay.
And Alex,
let me know if you can see that.
Yeah. Well, we're able to now.
Catherine,
I can
see it. Yeah.
It's Catherine.
Catherine, yeah, I got it too.
All right.
It is on the 360, PS3, PS4, and the Nintendo Switch and the PC. So
in edition 1 of the new era, Derek's in last so far.
That's okay. There's
plenty
of time. There's plenty of time. Oh, just wait, motherfuckers. Just wait for my description, bitches. I pushed the fucking envelope right here, okay?
Oh, okay.
All right. Dude guy eats paint. Dude guy. That's it.
All right, Sean, do you want to go or do you want me to go?
I can go if you want, or you go. But I was just going to say that on the first descriptor that Kyle did, I had no idea. Like, maybe I didn't hear it properly the first time. But on the second one, he wasn't even fit. Like, when he said the one line about the relationship things, I was like, it's got to be Catherine. And it's fresh in his mind because we talked about it recently.
We did, yeah.
Okay, so Sean, do you want to go or do you want me to go?
You go. Since I went first last time, I'll go last.
Okay, so I'll go now. All right, you all ready?
Yep. Mm-hmm. This is such a fun game.
All right. Character goes on missions. Character saves the world. Character has saved the world repeatedly. Character uses weapons. Done.
May I ask a question right away?
You may ask a question right away.
What era of weaponry does character use?
Character uses modern era of weaponry with a somewhat futuristic feel. Somewhat. A teensy, like in the realm of reality, but like still kind of futuristic.
So character saves the world with futuristic, some semi-futuristic weaponry.
Yeah.
Goes on missions. And has saved the world repeatedly, you said.
Yes.
Now I wonder, am I allowed to muse out loud or no? I probably shouldn't though, because it would help people.
It would defeat the purpose.
Yeah. Well, no, because but you're also trying to. There's 2 more questions left.
Ahead,
you can ask.
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna ask if I was able to ask a. This is probably too much of a hint, because I wanted to ask one that wasn't a hint but is a hint, and then ask my actual hint based on what you said.
No, there's only 3. There's only 3 questions.
A hint, but is a hint.
Any hint question is a question.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So my question is going to be: is said character? What gender does said character associate by?
See, that's a good question, my friend. It's a dude guy. You have 1 minute and 33 seconds.
Fuck.
I was gonna say if it was a female, I might narrow it down a bit, but
see, I thought he was being nondescript because the shit was like Fallout or something.
Oh no, I was like, being nondescript so you fuckers would burn a question on the gender.
Damn it,
bitch! I made the rules.
Damn it!
Oh, loophole, motherfuckers!
Damn it!
1 minute 5 seconds. 1 question left. I'm even gonna give you guys that one.
Semi-futuristic.
Dude guy, modern weapons, has saved the world repeatedly. I'll even in several iterations. Okay, we'll put it like that.
Okay. Because I was gonna say repeatedly could be multiple video games or multiple.
Yeah, but again, I was trying to force you guys to waste a question on something so mundane.
Yeah, Kyle, you ask it.
You gotta ask a good question.
Yeah, third and final.
Bring us
Thank you, Wilf. I know I should have schooled them on how to properly, vaguely describe a game.
Hey, I still won. I won with mine.
30 seconds. I can taste those 9 points.
Kyle, come on,
coming
Kyle,
my way right now.
Please, come on, Kyle. It could be anything. We need some more info.
Help! Can I? Do you want me to ask it?
Yeah, you can go with another one. I don't have one.
Seconds.
What video game genre did you guys save the world several times repeatedly in? What genre?
Third-person shooter.
Third-person shooter, dude. Guys,
2 seconds.
Multiple times. Oh, okay.
That's time, gentlemen.
I think I got it. I think I might got it.
I'm giving you like 5 seconds to write it down here. So right.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I
All right,
have a chance. I have a chance.
All right, I want to see some answers. Let's go with Alex first.
All right. Now ignore the top one. Okay.
That is incorrect. I'm sorry,
Damn it,
Alex.
motherfucker.
That's 1 point. That's
Damn
3
it.
points to me. Oh, Sean, yes, beautiful.
What? He got it?
Splinter Cell.
Oh, multiple iterations. Oh my god.
Multiple
Semi-future.
iterations.
I should have known it was Splinter Cell.
Somewhat
Nice.
futuristic gadgets. Kyle, what did you say?
It was the third person.
I wrote.
It was
I
the
wrote
third
Gears
person
of
that gave it.
War.
You wrote what?
Gears of War.
Oh.
No,
the hint that I wanted, but not as a hint, because you said saves the world. I wanted to clarify if it was our world or just that person's world.
See, that's why I made it. That's why I made it. That's why I made it vague.
Interesting. Nice job. Nice snipe, Sean. Nice setup there.
I'll take the 6 points and give Sean his 3. All right, so Sean, your turn.
Oh God. Okay. All the pressure's on now.
So there's a monkey with a bird on his back. Oh.
What game is that, bro? I want to know what game is a monkey with a bird on his back.
Banjo-Kazooie.
I'm gonna fucking murder you. That's not a monkey, bro.
I know he's a bear.
He's not a monkey.
He's a bear. I know he's a bear.
If you ever get that as an answer and your descriptor was monkey with bird on his back, I think you should
disqualified. Lose 9 points. Yeah. No, he's a bear. I know.
Excuse me. Okay, so this is a tough one, okay? Well, it's tough for me to even describe it to you guys, okay?
Oh, God.
So, character is resurrected from the dead. Character has no remembrance of character's past. Character is in the middle of a giant waging war. Character must fight for immortality against immortality in said war. That's it.
Okay. May I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
In this war that you have mentioned, what sort of weaponry is used?
Medieval high fantasy.
Okay. I have 2 guesses written down right now. I just need to delete one.
Sure. That's the best I'm gonna do.
Wait, you have yours already?
Didn't even ask a question, bro.
I'm taking a stab in the dark here.
Kyle, you got a question for
We got
this?
2 more hints.
What was your thing again, Sean? Sorry, like the first part. Is it fantasy?
Character is resurrected from the dead.
Yeah.
Character has no remembrance of character's past.
Yeah.
Character is immediately launched into a ongoing war and is battling against immortality in said war.
Okay.
This was wrong. I completely ignored all that stuff. 1 minute 40.
In Alex's question, it is weaponry is medieval high fantasy.
Okay. I think I know what I'm going to guess. But 2 more questions.
Is the immortality or enemies very large in scale?
Enemies vary, but there are large enemies as well. But there are also very small enemies.
1 minute.
Let me ask you this then, unless Derek has a question.
I'll ask away.
What system, provided you played this game, Mr. Questionnaire, what system did you play this game on?
Question, did I play this game on?
Yeah.
I played it on the Xbox 360.
Okay.
35 seconds.
All right, so I got my.
On everything.
I have. Ooh, fuck! That just fucked me. You just saying that fucked me.
Yeah.
I don't.
All right, I have my question. I mean, I have my answer, but I don't think it's right.
5 seconds.
Damn.
You guys are all, unless you get it right, you're probably all going to smack yourselves in the head.
That's time.
Just sit.
I think I went too obscure. Fuck.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give my answer first.
Okay.
Look at that. I put Balan Wonderland.
You got it. You got it. How did you know?
Okay.
The game looked so trash. It was back on the 360.
I'm gonna give Sean his 3 points for me.
Yeah, that is definitely incorrect.
I know that was incorrect, and I know I'm gonna kick myself in the ass when I find the.
I probably will too, because I went too like cheeky on my answer. I think.
Okay, Kyle.
You said it's on
what was
everything.
yours?
I was like, oh god.
Dragon
Age. That is incorrect.
All right. Alex?
Yeah, I went with Legacy of Kain.
Oh. Alex just dropped.
I'm here.
Back in here.
He put Legacy of Kain. Was that correct?
I saw Legacy of Kain. That is not correct.
Fuck me, I knew it. Damn it.
So what was the answer, my friend?
I told you it was Balan Wonderlands. No, Kingdoms of Amalur.
Oh my fucking god!
Fuck.
He's resurrected in that motherfucker.
Yeah,
Okay.
you are resurrected.
You start the game from
your corpse at the beginning, and yeah.
All right,
you start the game. You're resurrected in the Well of Souls, bro.
So the two guesses I had were Medieval, like the PS game, where you're the skeleton, or Legacy of Kain. But
so for this first segment, that puts Sean in the lead with 15 points. Alex is second with 9.
Okay.
Kyle with 6. Derek with 6. Need I remind you that the winner, it means absolutely nothing. All right. So there are two more segments to go before the first winner of the first leg is announced. So congratulations to Sean on his 1/3 victory so far. We'll see if he can turn it into a 2/3 victory. We'll probably do the next guess the game on episode number 10. All right. I'll confirm with you.
Are we sure we don't want to do it back to back? Because that's so fun. I'm addicted.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
it was a lot of fun, but we're also into a almost 2-hour runtime, and we haven't done quick cues as well. So I'm trying to balance everything here for us. All right.
Fair points. Yeah.
So Sean's game was Kingdoms of.
Oh yeah, we need to know so you don't choose the same one, right? I guess, right? Are we gonna keep?
Well, if we have it,
I'm gonna keep note just in case you guys don't keep note of it, and you say, "Oh shit, what game did I used this game?" Oh, well, that would be stupid because then I would know which game it is.
Mine's in my notepad.
I got 15 points. Did I
Yeah.
hear that correctly?
Yeah.
Did I hear that I am the unofficially
And
the best?
I have 9. You said.
You have 9.
Okay.
Alex, how was your game?
Luigi's Mansion 3.
Oh yeah.
But I would have accepted any Luigi's Mansion statement, honestly.
Yeah, but then
once you said that,
Switch.
knock out all the. It's kind of like Derek said, Splinter Cell. I kind of feel like all Splinter Cell games should just be off the board now because he would probably describe everyone the same, right?
Yeah, that's so. I wouldn't go with the Splinter Cell again, right? Like I was broad stroking Splinter Cell. That's why I said several times, like several iterations, he saves the world. Basically, he saves the states, you save the world, right? Like that's why I went with Save the World. I was like, anyways, so that thus concludes our first Guess the Game segment. Sean, would you like to start taking us out here? Slowly take us out.
Hello, everybody. I am Urzog Doomhammer. You can catch me tomorrow night. Very important announcement, actually, before we go, is that our D&D will not be on Sunday night this week. It'll be tomorrow night.
Yep. I fucked up. I fucked us all up.
8-ish. But it's supposed to be 8 o'clock. Yep. So D&D will be tomorrow at 8. Make sure you catch us. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we haven't played in like a week, so 2 weeks now. So I'm fucking jonesing. I am TSG_Big Time on Twitch or at Big Time TSG on Twitter.
Wait, I thought you were I'm fucking jonesing. I thought you were fucking jonesing. That's not your name?
Jonesing. I also stream on Facebook and YouTube, but really, if you want to interact with me and whatnot, Twitch is where it's at. And yeah, I've been busy lately, so I haven't played much. I've been mostly low key chill
counts.
stream of Minecraft. But I'm hoping I'm having the weekend off, so I'm hoping the next couple days I'll be pumping out some fucking games, brah.
Bro,
That's it for me.
There's a new mode in the Rogue Company, Sean. Just saying. That's all.
Doesn't sound like Hyperscape though.
No, but you should play Hyperscape right after this.
I'm gonna have a smoke right after this.
Alex, your turn.
I continue.
Oh yes, I am Axel Haxon, also known as Alex Jackson. And I probably will at one point go exclusively to Facebook Gaming because that's where all people engage with me on video games about. But for now, I'm on Twitch as Axel Haxon, and you can catch me on Twitter there too. Peace out.
And I am LU Radio DJ, Kyle. I'm also on Twitter at LU Radio DJ _42, LU Radio DJ on YouTube. The PlayStation's been working, so I've been trying to get back to Our World Is Ended's continuing playthrough, but it's been kind of not working. My internet will be better soon. They've started digging lines, so we'll get back into the more streaming soon.
Dig, baby, dig.
Yeah, no, but now they're actually doing work.
The more streaming.
I am Derek, TSG _elusive man. You can catch me on Twitch at TSG _elusive man, Twitter, TSG _elusive man, YouTube, which I do plan on start using more, TSG elusive man. I want to thank everyone for watching today. Thank you guys too. This was an absolutely great episode. That game went extremely well. Really happy we did it. Really looking forward to the next one. That's it for us. Thank you all.
Yes, thank you.
Have a good one, guys. See you next week.